Let's talk setting your price. So you have actually a few options for setting your price. I'm going to go over each one by one, starting with I charge a set price. So if you have a product or service that just has one price, t-shirts, various sizes, but the price is the same, this is a good one for you. So you would add your price, let's say it's $25. You can actually add inventory available just to make sure that if you do sell out, we will not sell anymore. And it'll calculate based on your order, the orders that you get through Festively. You can also add a discount. At some point, you may want to discount whatever you're selling, and you can add that with a percentage or a dollar amount. So next is, do you want to collect a deposit or full price at the time of checkout? So this is up to you. If it's a smaller ticket item, it makes sense to just ask for full price. If this is something that's a bigger ticket item that you normally get a deposit for and then they pay later, you can click deposit and add what the deposit needs to be when they check out. And it can either be a percentage or a full price. So let's say you do want to have someone put in a deposit. You can say the deposit is 20% of the total sales price. And then we ask you, when do you want the balance paid? So of course, this is our opportunity to send reminders on your behalf to say that we need this paid. And this is actually selecting the number of days prior to the service itself that you want the balance paid. So like, let's say you want the balance paid 1 week prior to the final service. That's when we're going to request it from you. How many days notice do you need to fulfill this order? So let's say flowers. You're not going to maybe turn it around in 1 day, but maybe you need 3 days notice. Maybe you need 5 days notice. So I'm going to say I need 5 days notice. So that means no one can book anything from me no sooner than 5 days prior to the actual date that's needed. On the front end of Festively, you'll see people will select the date of the service that they need. And that's how we're able to make sure that all of this works behind the scenes. Now, how far in advance can customers book you? So do you take orders 60 days out, 90 days out, 120 days, 30 days? Let's go with 60 days. So you'll take orders 2 months out and you get to choose from there. Is this product refundable? So yes or no. And this is something that you can set your terms and conditions, but this is helpful for customers. No refunds, right? And then you can click save and next. Let's go over pricing for an item that offers multiple price options. So typically used when a bigger size means a higher price. So remember on the previous step, we actually added, we said that you can have some options for customers of this centerpiece, small, medium, and large. So this is called variable pricing. So you will want to put a starting price for this order, and in Festively on the front end, it'll say starting at $25. When the customer goes in to see the actual listing, they'll say, actually, there's multiple options. There's the small for $25, there's the medium for $45, and then there's the large for $65, for example. Similarly, you can add inventory of how many you may have, and you can ask for a deposit when you want that deposit paid, days order to fulfill, how far in advance customers can book you, and whether or not this product is refundable. Okay, so let's keep going. I charge by the hour, typically used for services. So here you might have, if you're a DJ, for example, you may have a price per hour. And here you can add, let's say your price is $100 per hour. Do you have a minimum number of hours you work, a maximum number of hours you work? So let's say the maximum is 6 hours, minimum of 2 hours. You can go back here, click this, and it'll actually open up those days and hours of operation, similar to what we had set up in the account setup section. It's the same thing here. So you can just make sure you let people know what your hours are. Offer a discount, collect a deposit, all of the same rules apply here. But now when customers book you on the front end, they can book you on a per hour basis. I charge by the day or week, typically used for rentals. So let's say you have rentals in your inventory, you can create this listing and you can either charge per day or per week if you have, if that's the type of rental you have. Similarly, you can add a discount and then all of the same parameters apply. I offer a price range that requires a custom quote. Okay, so we all know that there are certain items that maybe have a flat price, but then there's, listings that you may have where it's starting at a certain price and you need some more information before you can actually give a final price. So you can ask customers to request a quote from you. So we start off by asking you, what's the price range? This is always helpful for customers so they can see kind of a minimum and a maximum. And this is entirely up to you. Or you can keep it as just the price is starting at X dollars. So whichever one you want to choose. So let's say this is $25. Now, you're going to go through a process with customers if they request a quote where you're going to provide information. But that's only good for a certain number of days, right? Because as we know, prices go up, they go down. And so you want to make sure that they know, like, this is the quote, but it's only going to be good for a set number of days. So you can actually add in here how many days the quote might be good for. So when someone requests a quote, you're going to get information, maybe go back and forth, and then provide an actual price. So once you set an actual price, then they can still pay in Festively. It'll actually go into their cart and they can pay. So now, once that happens, the same things apply. Are they allowed to pay a deposit, or do you want full price? When do you want the balance paid? Okay.